I'm Miss C Brown. I'm all about tips and insights into the industry. Today, talking about playlists. So, which ones should you be spending your money on, and which ones are going to give you the best return? Because not all of these playlist services are well placed for UK black music. So, I'm going to dig a little deeper and share with you my experiences. And in the next video, I'm going to look at the free playlisting options. That's it, free. If you like this video, if you find it useful, if you find it helpful, please like, subscribe, share it with someone else. It will really help me out. Let's get into it. Playlists. Lots of companies advertise them and make you promises of getting on them. But what's the actual reality? In this streaming era, let's be honest, you can't ignore the importance of getting on playlists because ultimately you need the exposure. You want people to listen to your music. You've already invested time and money into creating it, right? I've managed and worked with a number of artists and I've had to utilize some of the services that are on offer. This is what I'm going to shed some light on. So, should you spend your money or do it yourself? Right, so let me start with Submit Hub. They've got different tiers, which I like, but I couldn't really get my head around it at first. They've got over 1,000 influencers on their platform now, so something is definitely working. Free option lets you submit your links, though with no guarantee of anything in return. It's always worth a try though, so you never know. Then you can purchase credits. These let you submit to curators with guarantee of feedback if you want. I thought I needed to have that option, so I used it. Then it turned out it was better for me not to have it because I wasn't really after feedback. I just wanted placements. I ended up getting only one, so really it was a waste of money for me. You have to search through curators and submit one by one, which is quite laborious as you have to set filters and then scroll and scroll and scroll. The process could be simplified a lot. Basically, what I found was it's not effective at all for hip hop or black music genres, especially if you're UK based. I found minimal curators and found myself submitting just because they said they accepted urban so that I could use up my credit. It's put me off using it again. If I did, it would be the free option only. Alright, so next up, playlist push. I went as far as completing all the required information as this was my first choice to use. I know people who have had results and are really wanting to test it myself, but a notification pops up to say that campaigns below $300 don't tend to yield results. I opted not to bother. But if you've used them, what has your experience been? Please share and do let us know. Amari MC. I was really keen to try these guys out. I've seen all the ads on YouTube, and although I do always skip them, I know what it is they do. The power of awareness, right? Sadly, I couldn't even get as far as submitting because they only accept clean music, no profanity whatsoever. Well, I work in hip hop, so that was a big fat no for me. Also showed me that the playlists they do have are not going to be a good match for the artists that I work with. Although I do have clean versions of the tracks, specifically for radio play, they're not uploaded to Spotify. So do bear this in mind if you are thinking about using them. If they do decide to remove this as a prerequisite, then I'll try them out. Daymoon. So of all the paid services I found, this is one of the cheapest. Not the cheapest though. You've got lots of different options here. So I used the option for €40 and €150. After that, it jumps in price to $3.99 when I was like, nope. Basically, they're aiming to trigger the algorithms within Spotify so that you get picked up by algorithmic playlists. The playlists aren't very strong, if I'm honest. You'll get some streams. It can really vary, but sometimes it can take a long time to get placed. I have had to chase them up more than once. Their customer service is always polite though and will take time to look into your query, but they won't give you a refund if you don't get the results. It seems as though some of their playlists are generic, run by like a few people who have lots of playlists I'm not convinced their following is real. I'm just saying. On some tracks though, I've got up to 7k streams from using the €40 option. The last track, I was able to get about 1k. Because of the inconsistencies, I've decided to stop using it, as even with the bigger budget, it didn't generate enough to impress me. Music Promotion Corp. These guys bombard me with emails all the time. They go straight in the bin. They promise to make you famous with all their different options for promo. It's pretty simple to use. You literally select what you want, submit your links and pay. So this was the cheapest service that I found, because they have options from as little as $15, so it makes you feel like you can experiment a little bit. I tried the $30 option for one track and it generated around 3k streams, which isn't bad, but I did expect better. I did have to chase them up though, as I didn't see the results in the time frame that they set out. They did get back to me and said they would run the promo again, which they appeared to do. They've got a chat box on their site, which is quite helpful, as you get to ask questions as you go along. It's not the best for UK black music, so do bear that in mind if you decide to use them. Around 10% of their playlists are European. That could mean anything. I don't know what that means. They don't keep you informed either, so you never really know if your music has been accepted, where it's been submitted, or when the campaign is finished. I always like to know what's happening, especially when I've paid. If I use them again, I wouldn't go higher than the $15 option, and it would literally be as a top up to other things that I'm doing. I just use it as a basis to kickstart some streams. Artists push me. I actually found this the worst one to deal with. They've got options for you to buy streams from as little as $5, but I'm not an advocate of that. You definitely don't want to send any signs to Spotify that you're buying streams. They've got a wide range of playlist options for inclusion across the DSPs, so not just limited to Spotify. At the time of writing, you could buy 1 million streams for $990. I mean, if you've tried that option out, please let me know in the comments, because I want to know if it worked for you. It's really simple to use. Look for what you want, select and pay. Unfortunately though, my experience with them was not a good one. I paid $110 to be placed in playlists with 70,000 followers in the rap and hip hop category. This was supposed to generate between 5 to 10k streams. Pretty simple, right? What actually happened was I got an email saying to check the proof of the track being added. It had 25k followers. Okay, so when I asked about the remaining playlists, their reply was, what more playlists? We put you into one. If the playlist generated 1,000 streams, that is being overly generous. They told me that they would update their system and get back to me. They didn't, and I don't expect them to. So be very wary of these. Don't spend anything more than $10 if you have to. Hopefully I've managed to save you some money, or at least given you a better insight on where to spend it. To sum up, I spent a total of £120 promoting one track and generated around 1.8k streams, which is not worth the money. I don't think any of the above are really a good match for UK hip hop and subgenres. That's been my experience. What has yours been? So if you find this helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. Trying to grow the channel here, so every subscribe and every like really helps me out, and I will definitely catch you in the next video.